Hello there, this is Rom Wills coming back at you with yet another podcast. The men who get paid by women. The men who get paid by women. And now, you know what? When I've talked about body game especially, when I've talked about body game, I always use the examples of like male exotic dancers, gigolos, and beach boys. For those who don't know what beach boys are, these could be guys who are in this place, these are guys who are in these places where women go on sex tourism trips. They pay for these guys. So just to be clear there. And here's the thing. A lot of people, when I do say that, they don't pay attention to them enough. Or they'll try to poo-poo them, say, well, I don't want to be a dancer or gigolo or beach boy. You know, I don't want to show my stuff on OnlyFans. Nobody says you do. Nobody says you do. Let me tell a story. I ain't told a story in a while. And this ain't about some men. This is about some women. Now, there was a woman I worked with, real cool, real down. She was real cool. And her son was about to get married. This woman's son was about to get married. And I never forget what the woman said. She said, oh yeah, I'm gonna take his future wife to a strip club. And not a male strip club, a female strip club. And I was like, oh, okay, why you doing that? And she said specifically, I never forget what she said. She said, I want my future daughter-in-law to know what she can do to keep my son turned on. I want you to think about that. She knew what was up because this is one of those women. She knew sex was a big part of her relationship. And she knew that, well, let's just say she knew how to pussy whip. So she knew that. But it would have been weird for her to like try to tell her son all this stuff. And she said she needed to make sure the girl knew what to do. Look. The men who get paid by women, think about it. Everybody talk about being a player and all of that. Ask yourself one simple thing. In a time where most men have to approach women, think about most men have to approach women. Most men either have to have some game or they got to have their wallets out when they're approaching women. Let's be real. Even if they are physically attractive and, you know, they still, for the most part, they still got to make the approach. Even when a woman is giving choosing signals, and they do, some people don't think they do, yes, they do, to certain men, the man still got to pick up on the signals and approach, right? They still got to do some stuff. But here you get some men out here, the women coming to them. You know, dancers, shoot, when they on the floor or something, male exotic dancers, shoot. You know, they just be chilling and everything. Now, they are focused on a woman, but even then, she's doing a lot of stuff to give the indication that she'll be a good mark. And I'll leave that term there. But he knows he's going to get money out of her. But say you got the men on OnlyFans. And yes, you got some men on there. You know, they showing their stuff. And the women going crazy over them. The women paying them, hitting them up. You be seeing, shoot. You can go on Instagram and some of those pages where they just feature men. The women be going crazy in the comments, but the women coming to them. And trust me. And it's like in the Beach Boys, please. The Beach Boys, you know, doing their things, and then gigolos, and I'm going to tell you who else. And be getting theirs from women, and it's mainly is primarily a sexual thing, but they'll try to say it's something else. Personal trainers and male massage therapists, they be getting theirs. I've heard some stories from some male massage therapists. They shoot. First of all, the woman knows she gonna be butt naked getting touched by some guy. And, you know, sometimes they like a happy ending. I've had a few male massage therapists say, yeah, after their massage, the women just spread their legs. They ready to go. And, you know, they be getting theirs. And personal trainers, Yeah, you get a lot of male personal trainers with these female clients. Trust me, they sleeping with some of them. but he's still getting paid. And one of the things I would say, use them as an example, just like I was talking about that situation where a woman, took her son's future wife to a strip club, a female strip club. The thing you can learn from them is, what are women checking out? What are women checking out? What's the common denominator that a male exotic dancer has between him and then a man who got an OnlyFans page, between the Beach Boys, between the gigolos, personal trainers, and most massage therapists? The body. That's why I emphasize the body game. And that's part of it. But then it's another part, and I actually talk about this in my book, A Player's Eyes. Pleasure. Women messing with them for pleasure. And instead of learn that, they want that pleasure, and that pleasure is physical pleasure. Now, yeah, women do, they hook up with guys for an emotional reason and, emotional closeness. That's something else. But for the most part, these women are going for the guy's physical presence. And then they want the emotional thing. So if a guy got the physical presence and can give them the emotional thing, or especially men who ain't into those professions, like if you ain't a dancer, you don't want to put yourself on OnlyFans and all of that, or, have that job where you get plenty of female clients. You might just be a Joe out here just doing your thing. But if you had that body, if you got that body, and then when you deal with women, you bring them some pleasure, you make them feel good, boom, boom. Learn from it. That's why I said, and I said myself, Rom's game is more that Diesel game anyway. If you want to talk about game and style and everything, my stuff is closer to what the gigolos do, or the personal trainer, or even the Beach Boys, or even the massage therapist. And I'll say, okay, what's the main common denominator? Body. That's the foundation. That's the bait. Because women actually get turned on by a body. Shoot. They get, I be talking about women, the breastises. Shoot, you got big old chest and stuff. Women looking. Big old chest, shoulders, and arms. It make them feel something. So it's okay, if they getting paid, what are they doing? Pay attention to them. Just sit back and pay attention. You just oh, okay. Shoot, I would even include street gigolos in it. If you look at those guys that women pay for what they got, bodies. So that's the thing. That's the thing. Pay attention to it, because my thing is, if a woman spend money on something, it's important. If a woman spend money on something, it's important. Especially in a time where they can easily get a man to spend money on them. Indeed, sometimes, I'm going to tell you what, let me just be real with y'all, especially some of the guys who are leading with their wallets. Women will take that money. Oh, yeah, they can take that money, give you that pancake sex. But then they'll take that same money and give it to another guy. Anything from a street gigolo to some dude in the Caribbean. Dexter St. Jock in the Caribbean. Yeah, just as an aside, for y'all fellas, think you got that woman and she got that money. You giving her that money, you paying, think you doing all that. Be very careful when she say, well, I'm going with my girlfriends down to the Caribbean. Mm-hmm. I want you to think about that. Don't be like, oh, okay, baby, you have a good time, pay for it. And she be like, yeah. Well, my cousin's down there, they'll be waiting. Like that old Eddie Murphy joke. He coming there swinging his joint, seeing what's up. Invite the woman back to his place, and then be doing her well. But all jokes aside, pay attention to the men who get paid. Pay attention. Ask yourself, what are they doing? What are they giving? And then you don't have to get into their profession, but the same. It's certain principles that apply. Once you understand that, you good to go. So anyway, that's all I got for now, y'all. I'll talk to y'all. Peace and blessings.